Starting to notice a little bit of fine lines from stress, lack of sleep, extra work, maybe you have kids. Are you starting to notice a little bit of crow's feet under your eyes? Well, today I'm giving you guys my tips on how to look younger naturally and on a budget, as well as giving you guys my review using the Hyaluronic Peptide Serum by Ebanel Skincare. Let's go. Hey guys, what up? It's iDestiny. Welcome back, and this is the LA Lifestyle on a Budget, giving you guys skincare and thriftwear. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. Now, today in particular, it is another special day on this channel because this video is actually being sponsored by Ebanel Skincare. So if you guys are not familiar, I am obsessed with their sheet masks. I've reviewed them on this channel before, even before I started working with them. So I'm gonna link that review up here for you guys to check out. Now, I know there's a lot of us that have been struggling a little bit. Maybe you're working 40, 50 plus hours a week at work. Maybe your work-life balance job has become more work balance, no life balance. Maybe you're getting calls on the weekends. Maybe you have kids and you're starting to see those kind of stress lines show up on your face a little bit more and more. You're noticing that those stress lines aren't going away. Something that I've noticed with me in particular, especially kind of in my forehead area, I'm starting to see those fine lines really starting to set in a little bit. Maybe you're starting to notice a little bit of crow's feet. Maybe your skin's starting to feel a little bit more dry, which is something that you notice as you transition from your early 20s to maybe your mid-late 20s. Something that I've noticed as well. Me who, growing up, I had tons of acne, I had super oily skin, and now in my late 20s, pulling up into my 30s, I'm noticing my skin is more combination and in certain areas even more patchy and more dry. So I kind of wanted to go over just some practical things that you can do to really help your skin stay hydrated, stay dewy, stay fresh, as well as just show you how to maintain the skin that you do have and even reverse some of those side effects of aging naturally. Because for me, I'm afraid of needles. There's no way that I'm gonna run and get injectables, Botox, fillers, or your main concern might be just budget. Sometimes that stuff can be expensive, and sometimes when you try to get it on the cheaper end, it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to. So let me go ahead and jump in. So I've already cleansed my face. I used my Boscia Jelly Ball Cleanser. Now, if you are doing everything that you can possible, you're using serums, you're using hyaluronic acids, you're doing, chemical peels, you're doing this and that, you're exfoliating, that's all great and dandy, but if you're not drinking water, if you're not eating right, those things can also affect the results that you have and the way that your skin looks and reacts on the outside. Now, our star of the show today that I will be giving you guys my full review on, that I've actually been testing out for the past couple weeks, is the Ebanel Skincare. This is the Hyaluronic Peptide Serum. Now, as you guys know that have been watching my channel for the past, I want to say maybe a couple months or so, maybe past couple of weeks, I've really been into hyaluronic acids lately. As you start to get older, it's something you really need to look into, that and peptide serums, just serums in general. Just really good nutrient-packed products that you really need to make sure you're implementing into your skincare routine as you pull up into your 30s or 40s or 50s and so on. So this one in particular, I was really excited to try out just because some other hyaluronic acids that I've tried that are on the budget end of the spectrum, sometimes you just don't really see the results that you want, and that can be very disappointing when you spend your coin, whether you spent 10 bucks or 50 bucks. So even when you're trying out different serums, you don't necessarily want to drop all those coins on something expensive if you're not really sure how it works. I feel like with serums and hyaluronic acids, you really need to try them out for at least a couple days, if not a couple weeks, to really see the results and really see if it works really well for your skin and your skincare routine. So this one, I actually, just first off the bat, I love the fact that it was not just a hyaluronic acid, but it was also, a peptide serum. So for those of us that don't know, hyaluronic acid is kind of something that really helps to maintain that kind of bounciness that you see in your skin. Those young little 18-year-olds running around and their skin just looks so dewy and juicy and bouncy. Hyaluronic acid really helps to draw moisture deep into your skin so that your skin looks healthy and bouncy and gives your skin that firmness that you're looking for, that really young, dewy look. And then you have peptides, which I didn't even really try out or wasn't really interested in or looking to, I guess, until I would say maybe this last year or so. Just me kind of getting older, my skin kind of changing on me a little bit. I started looking kind of more into peptides. And peptides, I know this sounds super science, biology class-esque, but it's essentially kind of a chain of amino acids. That still sounds fancy schmancy, but essentially it's kind of the building blocks of your layer of skin underneath the dermis, which is kind of the top layer of skin. So if you want your skin to kind of have that amazing collagen production, you really need those peptides, those healthy kind of amino acid chains to really keep your skin popping. So when I saw that this was a combination, I was really excited to try it, and I love the fact that Water, hyaluronic acid, and aloe juice are the first ingredients. That's amazing to me. Ebanel skincare is really great at really choosing the ingredients that go in their products, and they have a lot of peptides in here. Tripeptide. So peptides, you have kind of like simple ones that are called like dipeptides, and then you have tripeptides, which are a little bit more complex. So I love the fact they have the little more complex amino acids in here. And then they have things like jojoba oil, which is great. If y'all don't know, it's a very, very lightweight oil that absorbs into the skin pretty amazingly. It's got avocado oil, which I love. And just some other really, really good stuff in here. Like most serums and hyaluronic acids, it comes in a little glass bottle with a dropper, which is super convenient, especially if you're one of those people that kind of likes to add drops to maybe your moisturizer or maybe mix it in with your sunscreen, whatever. For me, with this particular one, since it is a serum, you don't have to sit there and mix it in and do all that kind of stuff. So for those of you that are on the go, that don't really know a lot about skincare, and you're just really looking to add some amazing things to your regimen, and you don't really know where to start, I'd say that this is a great option. It's a serum with the hyaluronic acid and peptides already in it. That way you don't have to try to like mix and balance out and just do all that complex stuff that other people that really love skincare that they do. So let me go ahead, get a couple drops of this, and I'm just gonna massage this. I like this because it's thick enough where you feel like it's giving your skin almost like a moisture kind of protective barrier, but it's not so thick that you feel like, oh, it's sticky. Especially for those of you that have oily skin and want to use a serum, I feel like one of the things that deters people with oily skin from using some serums is the fact that sometimes the serums are a little bit too thick and they feel like it's doing more damage than good. This one, it's kind of like a nice, ooh, that feels nice. It's kind of like a nice median weight as far as products go. I've tried some hyaluronic acids, you know, serums by themselves that are more light, and I feel like I put them on my skin, it kind of absorbed immediately, and then my face kind of looked the same. It didn't feel moisturized. Didn't really do anything, but this one I really like because of that slight thicker consistency. So when you put it on, you do get a slight tingly sensation. I don't think it's gonna be an issue for those of you that have sensitive skin. It's not burning at all. It's just a very, very light kind of tingling sensation. I'm not really getting any sort of strong smells from it, which is great. And I don't see any, oh, kernel oil, that's cool. And I don't see any fragrance in this, which is great as well for those of you that might be sensitive to certain smells. It just kind of smells like a very light oil. And normally, obviously, when you put things on your face, you know, skincare products, you start to kind of notice if a scent after a while starts to bother you or not. I haven't had any issues as far as smell with this from me using it over the past couple weeks. So that's good. But do you guys see the difference between my skin beforehand when I, you know, just washed it? It was just kind of like very lackluster and plain. And now I'm getting that bounciness. I'm getting that juiciness in my skin. I'm getting a nice radiance, you know? So these are kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have some very fine lines on my forehead, and from me using this for the past couple weeks, I have seen a diminish in those lines. I feel like they were a lot deeper, especially in the middle of my head, and now I'm noticing that they're starting to fade a little bit. They look a little bit more filled in, just a little bit more plump. Because you know she has a 1-year-old. I don't get much sleep. I'm always like editing and going to events and different things like that. So me really staying on top of my skincare regimen, making sure I'm giving it the nutrients that it needs is super important, especially when I'm trying to maintain my youth. So this product in particular is supposed to help with anti-aging, firming and lifting, and deep hydration. So I feel like over the past couple weeks I have seen those results, which is really great because this is a budget serum. So on the Ebanel skincare website, this retails for $19.95. So for those of you that buy skincare products on a regular basis, for those of you that buy serums and, you know, hyaluronic acids, you guys know that that's actually a really great price for something like this. I've tried serums in this same size bottle. This is a 1 ounce bottle. I've tried serums on this channel that I've reviewed for you guys that are triple the price of this that are not this good. They're not giving me these same kind of results, and some of them are on the thicker side where I feel like it just kind of smothered my skin, as opposed to like my skin does not feel tacky anymore. It doesn't feel like sticky or anything like that. It just feels nice and smooth, like it's able to breathe, and I'm still getting those amazing results. I'm still getting light bouncing off of my skin. I'm still getting that dewiness. My skin still feels soft, but it feels like my skin. It doesn't feel like it's smothered in goop and it doesn't feel sticky or tacky or anything like that. So let me finish up with my moisturizer. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of my Centella Multi-Cream by Purefret. And yes, if you were wondering, yes, after you use a serum, hyaluronic acid, you need to follow up with your moisturizer. This just helps to seal all those goodies in there. Just gives you that little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra dew, a little bit of extra happiness. But overall, I would say that this is a pretty solid hyaluronic acid and peptide serum. I love the fact that it's a combo. That way I don't have to kind of run out and get both and mix it in my moisturizer. It's just a lot going on. So I feel like this is a really great, simple option if you're interested in boosting those kind of anti-aging benefits for your skin. If you're interested in maybe trying something that you can add in between maybe your toner or maybe between your face wash and your moisturizer. This is something that I feel like you can throw in your bag, you know, go to the gym, wash your face, throw this on, add on your moisturizer, or maybe just add it in to your skincare regimen before you go to bed. I feel like the price is actually really, really great. I mean, there's hyaluronic acids that I've reviewed and seen as well that are on the $10 end of the spectrum. And I've seen ones that are in the, you know, $60, $70+ end of the spectrum that I've reviewed as well. And I feel like this is a really, really great option, and it's definitely comparable to some of those expensive ones, and it definitely has better results in comparison to some of those cheaper ones that I've tried as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any anti-aging tips, make sure you guys put them in the comments below. But like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.